for him in the second half of the game. We saw, even from the first half, we saw Liverpool dominating more of the possession. Chelsea got the second goal. Wenger came back to the party to pull one back. But then, good one for Cole Palmer.
Finally, the first time in the year 2025, Cole Palmer finally found the back of the net.
That was amazing, seeing Cole Palmer again and again.
Doing what he loves to do.
I mean, it is
which
cold.
Is ice
it is
cold.
cold. It is cold.
It was cold for Cole Palmer at the Stamford Bridge this evening. You just have to, you just have to be happy for the young lad who has been under pressure, especially this year, for failure to convert chances, failure to put the ball at the back of the net.
His last penalty.
Nothing takes away his brilliance.
He lost his last penalty. So today was a very good one for him getting that goal. So tell me about your own Sunday. How did you? I mean, I love your Hartsfield style.
Yeah, I love yours as well. It's giving Owambe Sunday. Well, it was a Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving Sunday in my church. I don't want to mention the name of the church so that I will not be
in our church.
In our church. It was our first.
I mean, just the engineer K also looking good.
Amazing. I told you, we are in the mood of Thanksgiving. Today is giving Thanksgiving. And of course, it was a very good day. I started my day with, thanking my God, thanking the God in church, dancing, celebrating, seeing the first Sunday of the month of May is something to be happy about. I mean, 2025 is going gradually. This is the fifth month, the month of grace, the month of favor. So we just have to, pray for and wish that our God is going to, give us favor and grace in all our endeavors this month. So after that, after leaving the church, I went home, and when I got home, United I started the game already, so I left for the viewing center to watch my darling team play. But quite unfortunate.
So what happened to your darling team? I mean,
you said it in your intro. Now, why you
I don't even know your darling team.
Ask me.
I don't know your
you don't
darling
even know
team.
my darling team. My darling team could be Bayern Munich. My darling team could be. My darling team could be.
But then I know a certain team, Red Devil, on the Sunday afternoon. They lost on the Sunday.
So it was bittersweet Sunday for me. I started with a very, very happy mood in church. Happy mood rather. I enjoy every bit of today's service, Thanksgiving service, being the first Sunday of the month. But like I said, it was bittersweet because United failed to get something away from home against Brentford. But I saw it coming. It was expected. I mean, United always struggle in the Premier League. So, but it's just quite unfortunate that a team with impeccable Europa League record this season, still unbeaten after 13 games in Europa League, but they have a very terrible Premier League record, very terrible form in the Premier League.
All right.
I mean, they have not gone 6 games without a win in the Premier League. It is quite alarming, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It ended 4 goals to 3 in favor of Brentford. But I understand.
I mean, they are focusing on the Europa League.
Of course, it is very, very understandable. And the context of this game, they scored first. United scored first.
Yeah,
Mason Mount. I can't remember the last time he scored a goal. But finally got a goal assisted by Garnacho. And I was actually thinking that maybe they want to make something happen today. But quite unfortunate that, I mean, before you could say Jack in the first half, they considered 2 goals. They turned 2-1 in favor of Brentford in the first half, and second half they considered 2 goals again, 4 goals to 1, because I mean they had a very terrible performance at the back. And the introduction of Ahmad actually changed the tempo of that game, brought some spark in the final third for United, and they got 2 goals, Garnacho and Ahmad, late on the day. If they had scored earlier, or if they had not conceded 4 goals, maybe they could have actually salvaged a point. But I understand the fact that because Amorim rotated the game, rotated the squad heavily, but it was quite understandable because the focus now is on Europa. And you know that Europa League final will be played this month, 21st of May. A lot of people will say that Ashabi, they are leading 3 goals already against Bilbao.
But there's still a lot to play for.
There's still a lot to play. I mean,
if
United can score 3 goals in Bilbao, who says Bilbao can? I mean, we saw Lyon, even with a man down, scoring 2 goals. They scored 4 goals
at
Old Trafford. So anything can happen.
So definitely anything can happen.
So it was a bittersweet for me.
It's going to be a very interesting Sunday night football today because we have a lot to talk about. Of course, we have a guest also in the studio, first time. I call
ring the bell. Energy.
Good evening to you, Peculiar. Welcome to Sunday Night Football on 103.5 FM.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Come on, it's good to have you on the show. Well, I don't know the team you support, but then when the time is right, I'm going to throw that to you. Let's start the show as quick as possible.
Yeah, from the
home scene. Yes, they have under 20 games went down today. 2 games. I must confirm to you that Tunisia won their game earlier against Kenya, 3-1. And of course, goalless are between Morocco and the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. What a game that we saw this evening.
Yeah, what a game for the Flying Eagles. They surpassed my expectation. I must say it live now, because I remember when we were talking about them on Friday after that 1-0 victory in the first game against Tunisia. I was complaining about their performance level. Yes, they got a win in the first game, but it was not an improved. It was not a convincing performance for me in their first game. But I cut them some slacks because it was the first game, and they got what was needed in the first game, which of course was a victory. I mean, a victory was always very important in the first game of the tournament to set the right, path for the team to progress in the tournament. But today, I was really, impressed with their performance. It was
against Morocco.
It was an improved performance today. They dominated Morocco from start to finish. 56% possession to 44%. Maybe I actually overrated Morocco because Morocco won
that
Kenya,
first game against
3
Kenya.
goals to 2.
And we saw Kenya today suffering against Tunisia,
3 goals to 1. So maybe I overrated Morocco. Maybe Kenya was not
just
good
bad.
enough. Was just bad.
They had the working boys in that group. Yeah.
So I can now see that Flying Eagles actually, they are not really bad as we actually think that they were in their first game. They got 8 shots
on target,
not on target. 8 total shots, 3 on target, 56% possession. They completed 391 passes on 774% accuracy. So it was an improved performance for them. I mean, and seeing that they actually dominated Morocco, who of course I was thinking would give them a run
tough time,
a tough time. But it was not the case. And it shows that the Flying Eagles under Coach Zubero, actually improving. Honestly, I really enjoyed
today's game.
Well, they didn't win, but like I said, it was an improved performance. And the next game
will be against Kenya.
It's a must-win for them if they want to
qualify
and top the group. A draw might be enough for them to qualify, but if they want to top the group, they need to actually get a win on their last match.
As we stand now, we have Morocco topping the group with 4 points, followed by Nigeria 4 points, Tunisia 3 points.
We are level on points with Morocco, 4.4 points. Tunisia,
and our next game is against
Kenya. A winnable game for Flying Eagles, because Kenya have lost
2 games.
2 games. There are 2 games. So now, this game actually presents an opportunity for Flying Eagles to qualify and top the group, because a win will make them seize that group and they will qualify. Why do I say so? Morocco will play against Tunisia. Morocco will see that game Tunisia will see that game as a must win for them if they want to qualify. While Morocco on the other hand will not want to lose. A draw will also secure qualification for Morocco. Because they will have 5 points.
Yes.
Why a draw will not be enough for Tunisia, because they will have 4 points. Tunisia will be going with a motive of winning. While Morocco will say, we just want to avoid
at least a point for Morocco.
So for Flying Eagles, if they want to top the group, they need to get a win. I think
against Kenya,
they will be too good for Kenya too.
All right, let's see what happens. But then let's bring Peculiar on board. Now I know you can be kind of shy, but then first of all,
he's not shy.
First of all, how did you spend your Sunday? Let's start with that.
What was your highlight
for this Sunday?
This Sunday I was at an event. There was this drum of ignominy at
Don't mention the name of the venue. Just tell us the venue.
Yeah, so it was a very.
So that you don't pay heavily.
But it was a very interesting.
outing for you.
Yeah, and also I watched like Chelsea versus Liverpool. Like I watched like some of the match on my phone.
Okay.
So it was I enjoyed the match.
All right.
Even though Chelsea won, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're not rooting for Chelsea.
It's obvious that you're not a Chelsea fan. Okay, let me now predict. Maybe you are an Arsenal fan.
I'm a Barca fan.
Barca fan. All right. Okay.
Barcelona fan, you won a game. I mean, you guys always know how to win a game. I don't know.
La Liga.
Who will say Barcelona?
The next game is going to be a Clasico against Real Madrid.
It's a winnable game for them. Don't do paparazzi here. Don't try to do.
But I feel this time around, Real Madrid will say no to Barcelona.
You see, if Real Madrid can't, but the only thing that will make Real Madrid to say no is if Barcelona gets tired, because they will play an
Maybe
important
they're tired
game.
of winning, right?
Yeah.
Not tired of winning.
Okay, they have a
Maybe
game. Do we have a game on Tuesday?
the number of games that they are playing now, the number of minutes that the players
Their
are
next
playing.
game is going to be
And
against
it's
Inter
San
Milan.
Siro, so it's going to be a tough game. And after that, they will play against Real Madrid.
On Sunday.
So maybe they played Inter Milan
On
during the
Tuesday.
course of this week. They traveled to Valladolid to play against Valladolid, and then they will travel to San Siro to play against Inter Milan during the course of this week. They will now host Real Madrid, so you can see that they do not have enough recovery time compared to Real Madrid. That's the only defining factor. Anything aside from fatigue, Barcelona will win.
Okay, a win must be a win. Let's
They are going to win it.
All right, let's leave the camp of the Flying Eagles right about now and go
Okay.
straight to the President FA Cup. We saw some interesting game yesterday. 4 games went down. Rangers against Plateau United. Rangers won the game by a lone goal, and for Ikorodu City, they are through to the semi-finals after defeating the Wiki Tories of Bauchi by a lone goal. How can United played to draw against Kwara United? Of course, Kwara United won the game via penalty shootout. And for Abakaliki FC against Nasarawa United, also ended in a 1-1 draw. Abakaliki won the game via penalty 5 goes to 4. Semi-final draw, we have it already. Ikorodu City against Abakaliki FC, and of course Rangers against Kwara United.
I'm seeing Rangers Ikorodu City final.
Final,
already.
right.
That's what I'm seeing. I know some people will say that Abakaliki FC are
Can be the
stubborn.
underdog.
They are the only NNS side remaining.
Remaining.
And they can create an upset. People can say they are stubborn. No,
Just
they
like
can be
Ekanami
stubborn.
last season.
And they went on to lift the FA Cup trophy, defeating Abia Warriors in
And
final.
final, yeah.
So maybe we are seeing another NNS side to create an upset. But me, I'm not seeing it that way. I mean, Ikorodu City, what are they cooking in Ikorodu? What
Maybe
is
they are
happening
cooking
right
beans.
there?
Maybe they are cooking beans.
Let me tell you
because
something, Ayomikun. Their debut season in the MPFL. Ikorodu first season in MPFL. Look at their records. Lagos State Federation Cup finalist.
Yes.
They lost to Inter Lagos. They made it to the final. 4th placed in MPFL. They are
As we
4th
speak
on the
now.
log. That means they are in race for the top 3 finish. 2 players in the MPFA highest goal scorer chart. 2 of their players. I think Shola Adelani and Cole. I can't remember his other
surname.
name. Cole. 2 players in the highest goal scorer chart in the MPFL, their debut season. Now they are through to the President Federation Cup semi-final
against Abakaliki.
against Abakaliki.
Which is a
It's
winnable game for them.
Actually,
With
considering
their
the fact
current
that
form, with their current form, both at the Premier League and at the FA Cup now, I think they are one step into the finals of the President
it's
FA
their
Cup.
consistency for me, honestly.
Young guys.
How
very
can this
energetic.
team be consistent on their debut MPFS season when they were supposed to be battling relegation? They were supposed to be trying to remain in the league according to, being a debutant in the MPFL. It has always been like that. We saw Sporting Lagos coming last season and they went back. But Ikorodu City, they're not just pushing for continental football via the league table. They are also pushing to win the trophy, President Federation Cup, which can be an easy access to play on the continent for them. If they win, they qualify automatically to play in the CAF Confederation Cup.
All right. Before
The
we
only
move
thing
further,
that can stop them, Ayo, is Rangers International.
All right. Before we move further, let's take messages from our Facebook. Already, we have the guys. They are online already. We have John C. Joseph saying FCB. You know, definitely these are Baka fans.
These are peculiar fans. You know.
And we have John.
I see you.
And he's saying good evening, sir. And of course, we have Abib saying love emoji and all that. So good one. Guys, you can also jump into the conversation this evening when the time is right. We open the phone line so you can call in. Of course, have our giveaway also this evening. So the President FA Cup
Maybe
semi-final.
Peculiar has something to say.
Definitely, I'm turning to him now. So how will you describe the President FA Cup? I mean, we have the quarterfinal.
Semi-final.
Semi-finals to come.
I agree with what he I concur with what everything he just said. I think
Ikorodu City, right?
Yeah.
They're doing well. Definitely. Okay, let's leave that now. Straight to the European scene because we have quite a number of games that went down today. I know Pekula is quite ready for the European scene. Of course, Chelsea against Liverpool today. I need to emphasize on this Chelsea game against Liverpool.
You tell us what happened.
Chelsea
now.
won the game 3-1. Kopama scoring in the final days, also getting goal for the Blues for Brentford. Brentford won today on a Sunday afternoon, defeating Red Devils.
On the Sunday afternoon.
Come on, 4-3. Brighton 1-1 against Newcastle United. Of course, I was pained because Brighton was leading in that game. I don't know what went wrong.
So many Chelsea fans were supporting Brighton.
Definitely,
all of a
they
sudden,
should.
they turned to Brighton fans. Well, that's the beauty of the beautiful game. I mean,
football is about interest.
it's about personal interest.
Personal interest.
What favors you?
Might not favor.
I don't favor me. So, I mean, for Brighton, it was a very tough game
For them,
against Newcastle
yeah.
at the Amex Stadium. Newcastle tried everything to salvage that point, and that point was very, very important for them because they are still fourth on the log. Yes, they are fourth on the log with 63 points. The same points with Chelsea, 63 points. The same goal difference as well, 21 goal difference. And you know the funniest part? These two sides will meet at the St. James's Park next week. Newcastle against Chelsea next week.
Come on, that's
So,
gonna be.
so it's like a decider.
I don't know what happened to
you see,
the end of this season. I think it's very tough for Chelsea. We need to protest.
Chelsea will play against Newcastle.
They will play against
They will host United,
and play
they will
against
travel to the
Forest.
CC ground on the final
Come
day.
on, this is not fair,
These
guys.
three games are very, very important
All
for
right,
Chelsea.
let's talk about the top 5 now, excluding Liverpool, because Liverpool are currently the champions, so definitely they'll get a ticket.
So we start with Arsenal because Arsenal, I'm seeing they can still ball to that second position.
Definitely 67 points.
Just 4 points, separating them with Man City.
Followed by City with 64 points. We have Newcastle United after that 1-1 draw today, 63 points. Chelsea 63 points also. Nottingham Forest 60 points.
They
Aston
can
Villa,
still get 63 points because
they have a game tomorrow.
They have a game tomorrow against Crystal Palace. It's going to be difficult. They are traveling
But
to
they're
the
playing
Selhurst Park.
away from home.
That's why I said it's going to be difficult.
Peculiarly, okay, let's start with that Chelsea game. I know you saw the game. Just like you mentioned.
And
So
you said
how
you
will you
enjoyed the game.
how will you describe the Chelsea
The performance of the Blues.
today? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I believe it's just that Liverpool, no, they already won the league. So that's why they're not
game for
playing. Yeah, that's why they're not playing
But
with.
then they dominated the game at some point. What are you saying?
I don't want to be like. I don't want to say that they.
Okay, just like coach.
No, be coach. You know the trend.
I understand. But then don't
I
try
don't want
that.
to say that.
I don't want to come and say
I don't
hi
want to
to
say
you.
that Liverpool. I don't want to say Chelsea.
I don't want to
You
come
know.
and say hi to you somewhere I don't want to mention. But then let's leave
Yeah,
that.
even though Chelsea, Liverpool played most of their star players, but
Mo
they already,
Salah.
yeah, they already
They
have the
actually
league.
rotated the squad. Say, when
Yeah.
was the last time Wataruendo started
Yeah,
the
that's
game for
true,
them?
true. But they already have the league, so that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, that's just what I think. If they haven't won the league, I don't see Chelsea winning them.
Honestly.
I don't see Chelsea winning
And
them.
let me just add to what he said. What was important? What mattered to Liverpool today was the guard of honor that he got. Because you remember in
But remember,
2015.
yes, I was going
They
there
also-
10 years ago.
Yes,
it was
10 years
Chelsea
ago.
turn to you.
Yes, so they wanted it. That was the highlight of the game.
But
I
then,
don't care.
but then their next game is against.
I
who?
don't really give a
Their
damn
next
about.
game, Liverpool next game is against.
I don't care.
Okay.
Liverpool already won the league.
As
They
far
won
as
the
I'm
league.
concerned, the other team will definitely do.
Let
the
me
guy
tell you
of honor,
something.
including Arsenal.
Of course, the team that needed the win got the win.
All
Chelsea needed it the most. Imagine if Chelsea had lost this game.
It's gonna be
They
a
will
very
play
big
against.
one.
They will play against Newcastle away from home. When was the last time they won at the St. James's? It's
I
always
think,
been
I think,
difficult
I think,
against them.
so definitely.
And they will
next
play
week-
Man U
next
and
week-
Nottingham Forest.
Next week is gonna be
So this
a big
game-
one for them.
It's
Playing
a huge,
against-
it's a huge win for Chelsea. I just have to admit, and I like the fact that they took the advantage. They saw Liverpool. Liverpool already won the league. They were too relaxed and all of that. They didn't even approach that game with the mindset of getting the 3 point. They knew that it's done and dusted for them. Chelsea at home at the bridge, they went all out. They scored in the first 2 minutes. Even Enzo Fernandez, early minutes, early goal for Chelsea. It shows that, it tells you that they actually gave a very good account of themselves. They knew the importance of this game and they went all out for it.
All right, let's travel to London this evening.
We are still in London.
And listen to Enzo Maresca after that game. I mean, I love this interview.
You will love it.
The champion of the Premier League?
No, it was the happiness of the player. I think at this stage of the season it's important to win games. And I think, probably you here today, but in the last games they are creating the same environment inside the changing room.
Came out as a rocket, scored after 3 minutes, but then a bit deeper coming into that. Was that where you played deep, or was that the kind of part of your plan?
No, absolutely, it was not part of our plan. It's because they are so good, so we needed to defend deep. We don't plan games to defend deep. but because they are good, they force us to defend deep, and it's something that we don't like. But the players, they deal with that very good.
Is it then a tactical battle because they are deep, but you want to, or you deep, and then you will play a counter attack? So how do you balance that to halftime?
No. As I said, we don't plan games.
All right, Chelsea coach talking after that win against Liverpool today. Okay, let's talk about United. Yes, they lost today. Well, I don't know what happened in that game, but at some point, I know Brentford was leading 4 goals to 1. So, Sedi boy, walk us through.
Yeah, of course, I already said it. You mentioned it earlier. It was not a good game for Manchester United because of the outcome of the game. They lost again, and I cannot remember the last time they won a Premier League game. For the last 6 games, they have not won a single Premier League game. It's getting terrible every match day in the English Premier. If there is a team that cannot wait for the season to be over in the Premier League, I think it is Manchester United, and probably maybe Tottenham Hotspur. For Manchester United, 15 on the log after match day 35. It is very, very unacceptable of a club. I mean, from a club of United's caliber. But it is what it is. You know, I've seen so many fans reacting with emotion. It's normal because of the caliber of the team, the caliber of the club United is. Yeah. I mean, United, one of the greatest clubs, not just in the Premier League,
good record
in the world, in the whole wide world. So you expect United to at least, if they cannot push for the title, even as a matter of fact, the standard should be that United should be competing to win the Premier League. Definitely. Now they are not competing to win the Premier League. They are not in the title race. They are not in the top 5 race. Even when it is now top 5 instead of top 4 to qualify for Champions League. They are still not there. They are not in the bottom half, the first bottom. I mean, it's just so crazy. 1 to 10, you cannot find United until you turn to the last half when you see United.
You need to turn your phone upside down
before you see United. So it is very, very sad. But as well, but in as much as I would also, agree with the fans that are reacting that it is crazy for Manchester United losing every Premier League game, winless in their last 6 Premier League games. But she needs to understand that it is the reality of their season. It doesn't just start today. It started at the beginning of the season, even when Eric Ten Hag was in charge. Definitely. So this, it's like I said, it's a reality. It's just the reflection of their season. And when you look at the context now, you put the remaining games into context. Yeah. What is there to fight for in the Premier League for Manchester United? Nothing to fight for.
I think they are done and dusted.
They are done and dusted.
Just focus on Europa League.
Even if they had won today, it will not take them out of that bottom half. Even if they win their remaining games, it will still not take them out of the bottom half. So it is just for them to, be strategic with their permutation and calculation. What is remaining for us this season? The only thing that can salvage their season, which of course, well, it might not really solve their problem, but it can redeem their season, is winning the Europa League.
All right.
Because it will take them to the Champions League. And you know that more money to be spent in the summer. Now, Ruben Amorim rotated the squad heavily today. And it was very, very understandable because he was trying to avoid players getting injured, getting knocked out and all of that. Players that played on Thursday, if they play today, they will still play on Thursday again. And the final of the Europa League, of course, some people say they are almost through to the final. So why not play your strengths? I mean, there's nothing to play for in the Premier League. Yeah. So it's just for him to rotate the squad to get the players in good condition ahead of the final of the Europa League. So I mean, I don't understand where the criticism is coming from that he rotated the squad. But fans will always want your club to
they always want to win. They want to enjoy the maximum 3 points at the end of 90 minutes.
But in football, you need to understand.
Just like we said, football too is about calculation. It's about interest. Now their interest should be.
If you are the manager,
Europa League.
What should be your priority?
They are one step into the final.
They are almost there. And let me tell you something. Matt is the lead. Someone that came back from injury. He got injured today. So imagine
he's a minus.
He's a minus. I don't know if he's going to be available on Thursday or maybe he's going to be. Any injury you pick now at this point in time, it's a potential out of the season injury.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely. Because the final will be played on the 21st, season ends this month. Yes, season ends this month. So if you pick a 2 weeks or 3 weeks injury, you're out for the remainder of the season.
Running, yeah.
So you just have to manage the squad.
So Ogbeni Odeyemi Omokure saying we're done. Sunday night football crew up Chelsea. Definitely, we know all Chelsea fans. They are enjoying the moment. Yes. Let's open the phone line so that you can join the conversation right about now. 091-5103-5555. Again, 091-5103-5555. So join the conversation. You can definitely get our giveaway this evening. The calls are coming in already. Good evening to you.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Ayomikun, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Samuel, how are you?
Good evening to you. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for joining us. What's the name and where are you calling from?
This is Baba Are Sulaiman from
Oh, definitely.
A regular customer. Ring the bell for Baba.
Let me do this for you.
Yeah, it's a regular.
I'm Chelsea.
Up Chelsea, up you.
Yeah, definitely. I know. So, how was the Sunday?
See, my dear brothers, I'm very happy that Chelsea won today. But my bone of contention is that people are saying that it's because Liverpool has won the league. Fine, they have won the league. But they have won the league, they still have 82 points now. Let them win their remaining 3 matches, they will be on 1 point. Haven't we seen a team that has won the league more than that point?
Of course, we've seen it. We've seen it, rather.
So I don't agree with you that we are saying that Liverpool just leave the match today for Chelsea. No.
But you expect
Chelsea to win and they won the
Okay.
That is all.
I mean, I love
Liverpool didn't come. They didn't come for the win.
Then I want to congratulate Harry Kane for winning the
Bundesliga. Yes.
Yes. Congratulate him because I'm very happy with him.
Honestly.
Thank you very much. You guys are doing a wonderful job there, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Continue to settle your life,
Amen.
settle your pocket, settle your pulse.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Up Chelsea. Enjoy the rest of your night. Definitely, I know you are going to enjoy your night this night. No doubt about that. All right. We have. I said you are going to enjoy your night, right?
Of course, yes. Really. I'm enjoying. I'm still enjoying you people right now.
All right.
Thank you so much for always tuning in. All right. So we get back to you, and of course, you get your giveaway as usual.
No,
all right. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right, we have Abib Kama Dukwe saying, well done from Okpeyemi area, Gbagi in Ibadan. Thank you for joining the conversation this evening. So, guys, let's jump back into all the games that we have in the Premier League, all the games that we saw today. We have quite a number of games that went down. West Ham playing 1-1 draw against Tottenham Spurs. And just yesterday, we saw Arsenal losing to Bournemouth by 2-1. Everton playing 2-2 draw against Ipswich Town. And for Leicester City, of course, they won their game yesterday. Against the Saints, it goes to Norton. City also won against Wolves on Friday. Premier League actions.
Yeah, of course, it was very, very terrible for Arsenal losing again at the Emirates Stadium. I'm trying to get their record because I think they are winless in their last 4 Premier League games, if I'm not mistaken. I want to confirm that. They draw against Everton before they played against Real Madrid. You remember that game? They rested some of their players. The squad was heavily rotated.
They won home and away against Real Madrid. That is enough. That's the takeaway for this season.
Okay, that's the takeaway for this season. In your own opinion, Abi? Well, after that game, they also draw against Crystal Palace. And yesterday, they lost to, Bournemouth yesterday. Quite unfortunate for Arsenal. Because it will be a slap on Mikel Arteta's face and every other Arsenal fan if Manchester City, in their worst season under Pep Guardiola, still finish ahead of Arsenal. Because it is very, very possible.
Yeah.
They are just 3 points, away from equaling the points of Arsenal. Just 3 points separating the two sides.
Yeah.
67 and, is this 67 or 76? It's just 3 points separating them.
Separating Arsenal and City.
Arsenal and City. Yeah, let me quickly confirm that. Yes, Arsenal have, they have 67. Yes, I'm correct. 67, 64. Yeah. Just 3 points. So if Arsenal lose one game and City wins their game, that means they will equal, their points. And it will not be good, it will not be nice if Arsenal still bought to the second position. They had, I don't even know why they lost that game at home against Bournemouth. Maybe they are focusing on the Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain. But that's not a tenable excuse.
At all.
Because, of course, you should know that even that game against Paris Saint-Germain, is not sure that they are going to get something away from there. I mean,
they're playing away from home.
even if you rotate, even if you rotate the squad yesterday, there was no point losing to Bournemouth at home. Honestly, it was a very disappointing result, and that's why you see some fans trolling Arteta already. There is no way you not troll him. This is someone who came close to winning the league last 2 seasons, second
on the road.
And when you think that he's going to finish second again this season that you even expect him to win the league, because his closest challenger, Manchester City, have been poor all season, and his slot all of a sudden came from Netherlands first season, sweeping the Premier League title, because Arteta has been very, very poor in handling this Arsenal, especially when it matters most. They have drawn, I think, 13 games already this season.
Yeah.
So we can say that draw soup is Arteta's favorite.
All right. Okay. Peculiar, I think you have something to say about the Premier League.
Well, you see, that's not team. I think there's a possibility that they are going to bottle that second position. Like there's a 70% possibility
Honestly.
that they will bottle it, because take it from me, Man City, I don't see them losing again this season.
I want to continue. I want to quickly check
Man
the
City,
remaining games.
You see, Man City, they are going to win their remaining games this season, and Arsenal is going to bottle that thing. They are good at bottling.
Bottling job.
Yeah.
Bottling FC. Now look at Manchester City. Last 3 games. Southampton away from home. Walk in the park, it will be for them at this St. Mary's Park. They will now host Bournemouth. Bournemouth can give them a tough time, but at the Etihad, they will get the job done. They will now travel to the Craven Cottage on the final day of the league to play against Fulham. So these 3 games are winnable games.
I'm talking about Arsenal. Their next game is going to be against Liverpool at the Anfield Stadium.
Is it? Liverpool will now lose back to back. So that's a big L.
Okay,
big L.
after that,
big L.
Okay, big L. Okay, after that, they are going to play against Newcastle United
at home. Newcastle that won them, I think maybe 3 times this season.
After Newcastle playing against Chelsea, they will not play against Arsenal.
They will not play.
And their
last game will be against Southampton. So Arsenal have Liverpool, Newcastle, Southampton. City on the other hand, Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham. Which of these games are?
Arsenal, they have bottled it already.
Okay, bottled FC. But yes. I know Arsenal.
As it stands, they've not bottled it.
We not.
But they are on the verge of bottling it.
Let's not conclude. Yeah.
All right, the number to call again is 091-5103-5555. Again, 091-5103-5555. Let's jump into the conversation this evening. And of course, you have our giveaway to take home. All right, let's leave the Premier League now and talk about...
Let's take the next available flight to the Spanish La Liga.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's our next bus stop.
We saw 4 games that went down today. Real Madrid winning at home at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. It was a very tough one for them, but they finally won against Celta Vigo. 3-2 it ended. Sevilla also shared the spoil with Leganés. 2-2. Espanyol lost at home to Real Betis. And Anthony
United Anthony
was on the score sheet again. He has now scored an assist. I think he's gotten 11 goals contribution already this season.
I don't know what is happening.
I don't know what that guy is cooking. Trafford. And it's currently 0-0 goalless between Real Sociedad and Athletic Club after 82 minutes of action. Let's talk about that Real Madrid game. I mean, they went 2 goals ahead in the first half. Adagula scoring the first goal. He was assisted by Lucas Vasquez. 33 minutes of that encounter before Kylian Mbappe double the lead for Real Madrid.
All
assisted
right,
by...
Let's take this call. Good evening to you. Hello, can you hear me? Good evening to you. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
The network is very bad.
You can just definitely call back. So.
Yeah, like I was saying, Real Madrid, they won the game in the first half, 2-0. And in the second half, Kylian Mbappe added another goal, assisted by Adagula. What a performance. What a fantastic player Adagula is becoming for Real Madrid. And for Kylian Mbappe, scoring again. Scoring a brace.
Hello, good evening to you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, so what's your name and where are you calling from?
Dolapo calling from Academy.
Dolapo, Dolly P.
Dolly P. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Which team you they support? Up Chelsea. By their voice.
Up Chelsea. So how will you describe your Sunday? Walk us through your Sunday.
What do you say?
How will you describe your Sunday today?
What was the highlight of your day?
Chelsea won, so.
We are very happy. We are very happy to win the 3 points against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool.
Yeah, very happy. Yeah.
Good one. So how are you feeling now?
Yes, I'm feeling happy. We still have a lot to do.
You still have more
We are still on the way.
important 3 games to go.
Tough games.
We are still on the way. We are still on the way.
Okay, do you believe Chelsea will finish top 4, top 5 this season?
Sure.
What about the Conference League? I mean,
They will win it.
Conversely, it's still 70-30.
Okay, because we still
Don't
have
forget-
certain Real Betis that have Antony,
Antony that have Isco,
Fiorentina that have De
David
Gea.
De Gea in goal.
I mean,
So either of the two will give you a tough time in the final.
Yes, all is well.
can you please give me the last 4 digits of your number so we can just pen it down?
93-34.
93-34. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Your name again?
Yes. Dollar for calling from Academy.
Dollar P calling from Academy. Up Chelsea.
For life.
Enjoy your night, guy. Okay.
Yes, back at the Santiago Bernabeu. Of course, like I said, Kylian Mbappe scored the 3rd goal in the 48th minute after first half, after the game resumed in the second half. But Real Madrid almost bottled that lead because they conceded 2 goals late in the day. 69 minutes they started, they conceded Joel Rodriguez scoring for Celta Vigo before Zwedberg, got the 2nd goal for Celta Vigo. He was assisted by Iago Aspas. Remember Aspas is an OG for Celta Vigo. But the bone of contention is that Real Madrid almost lost this game. They almost bottled the 3-goal lead. And then you begin to wonder, is this the same thing that we play against Barcelona last week? Now looking at the table after match 34.
I think you are giving a peculiar hedge against Real Madrid.
It is what it is.
But then we'll be here next week to talk about this.
I cannot even wait. 3 times this season.
But you have to wait.
They lost the bragging right.
Okay, we have a message on our Facebook page talking about Toby Loba for Intola, saying my point exactly. It was a great game for Chelsea. Cause how will a team like Liverpool come to a match with the intention of losing? A logical football club always have the intention of winning or blues. And as for Arsenal, make a no talk. That was what he's saying.
Yeah. What he said about Liverpool is based on his opinion.
Definitely.
It is not.
But then, how will a team come?
No,
with it?
you cannot say they came not to win because Chelsea won. Now you believe Liverpool didn't come to win.
Okay, let's assume.
The point is not substantial.
They came to just come and enjoy football.
Well,
and they did.
Your own opinion.
Okay, so
but what I'm saying is the fact that they lost does not make it right for you to say that they didn't come to win.
All right. Talabi Olayinka also saying, well done, my personal people. Thank you guys for joining the conversation this evening. We still have a lot of messages to take on the show this evening. So, continue.
Yeah, Barcelona 79 points.
They won yesterday. I've forgotten. But then they won yesterday.
Away from home.
Even though they have most of their players on the bench, their star guys on the bench.
But when it was, when they noticed that this game don't they go, they had to introduce Lamine Yamal. Let's walk us through. They should walk us through.
Okay, how
it happened?
What happened in your game yesterday?
Like the thing is, we have Inter this coming week, so the coach wanted to rest some players so that.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, which is very understandable. But when that goal came in early,
every plan scatter.
Where I was people started laughing. My guys started laughing. I'm like, guy, I told him, I said, Barca is going to win this game. We just need to bring in some key players, and then we are going to do this.
And they just change the game.
And look at the Barca dominated the possession.
Yeah.
I think it was, is it not 81-19 or something? It was 81-19 or something. Barca dominated the position and everything. And at the end of the day, we ended up
82-19.
82-19, yeah. So we dominated everything and we ended up winning. We are the comeback kings, so it's normal.
Okay, keep on saying you are the comeback kings.
I mean, that's just the difference. That's huge. I mean, the gap in quality, or let me say quality, let me say team cohesion, team balance, squad balance, and the consistency in getting results for Barcelona this season. That's what makes them different from Real Madrid. Real Madrid have quality players. They have big names. But in terms of team's cohesion, chemistry, team's performing as a team, as a whole, as an entity, it is not there for them. They've been struggling for form. Lack of consistency. Even in the Champions League, we saw how they struggled. Eventually got knocked out by Arsenal. I mean, it's just so sad for Real Madrid with they are star-studded players. They are star-studded team rather. They are still, very, very not. They're very, very unconvincing. But for Barcelona, even when they rotated their squad yesterday, you still saw that they maintained
the flexibility in that team was very incredible.
They dominate. I mean, what Hansi Flick has done.
Well, we just have to wait and see what will happen on Tuesday against Inter Milan at the San Siro Stadium. But I wish Barcelona well. I want them to be in the finals, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible that they will win quadruple this season. They won the Spanish Super Cup. They won the Copa del Rey. They are on the verge of winning Spanish La Liga. They are just one game away from playing in the UEFA Champions League final. My what Hansi Flick is doing is abnormal.
Okay.
It's abnormal.
Okay, let's leave.
We go straight to the Serie A.
Serie A is getting more interesting because today we saw Ademola Lookman getting back into scoring sheet against Monza. They won the game 4-0. Bologna against Juventus ended in a 1-1 draw, and for AS Roma up against Fiorentina ended in a victory for AS Roma. They won the game at home by a long goal. Lazio winning away from home against Empoli by a long goal also. So 4 games went down today, Sunday, in the Italian Serie A.
Yeah, 4 games went down today. But when you're talking about Italian Serie A, especially at this point in time, 2 teams comes to mind. Inter Milan,
Napoli.
And
they both won their game yesterday.
Yeah, they both won.
Yeah. So now, Napoli, 77 points. 3 points clear of Inter Milan with 74 points. 3 games remaining for these 2 sides. Who wins the Scudetto? This is a big question. For me, if there is one title race that I'm more interested in, it is Serie A this season. Because Premier League done and dusted. Spanish La Liga, in my own opinion, Barcelona will win it. Done and dusted.
PSG.
A long time. They even lost yesterday. They no send. It's a concern them. They rested players for Arsenal.
They have a big game on Wednesday.
Arsenal will know.
Okay, it's gonna
but something happened actually yesterday. Let me quickly say it. I think it's worth celebrating. Yes, I'm trying to get the facts now. Yeah, Paris FC have qualified. They have gained promotion to the French League. And Paris FC are playing
very close.
They are in Paris. PSG are also in Paris. If you see their stadium,
very close.
Let me just show you the picture.
I mean,
unfortunately, I cannot display it.
You can just throw from
this will be the closest football derby in the world because next you cannot wait for PSG versus Paris FC, who just gained promotion to the French League 1.
Okay, it's gonna be a very interesting one for the French League 1.
Also, I was actually hoping that you were going to celebrate your club legend Frank Lampard taking.
Okay, we are still going there, but then I think Frank Lampard can be so very dramatic. I mean, I saw him a couple of times.
No, he deserves it though.
Yes, he did.
He went to Coventry. They were struggling. They were battling relegation.
They were struggling.
Now
and it took them
to the playoff now.
I mean, this is only
what
first time. This is only first time Lampard will be going for the playoff, and of course,
indirectly calling him a playoff specialist.
Let's see what will happen for Frank Lampard.
Before we go, for Manchester United, if their men's team, their male team are not giving them joy, their
female team should do.
Yeah, their female team should give them joy because their female team have secured qualification to the UEFA Women's Champions League. They played a draw at home today at the Old Trafford against their closest rival. Talking about Manchester City. It ended 2-2. I mean, they've won the bragging right over City quite a number of times this season. So at the end of the Women's Super League, they are currently 3rd, and just 3 teams will qualify for the Champions League. 1 team will not play playoff. Chelsea, they have won the Super League, Women's Super League. They will qualify automatically to the group stage of Champions League. But for United and Arsenal, 2nd and 3rd on the lock, respectively, they will play in the playoff. But for Manchester United, it is historic for them because this is the first time that they are going to be playing European football. Whether they qualify to the grand finale, to the group stage, is similar to CAF Champions League.
So, all right, let's take this.
It's good for them.
Let's take some interesting story before we start our BYE on the show. Osimhen set new record yesterday for Galatasaray. They won their game 4-1. Osimhen scoring a brace in that particular game. So score 31.
Is it 31 or 36?
Come on. That's
I need to confirm now. Yeah, let me quickly do that because he surpassed his record. The record that he set for himself.
Personal best is 31.
It's 31. So this one is 32.
33.
33. Yeah. So I think Osimhen is just a goal machine, and I don't. Every time Osimhen.
I mean, we would like to see Osimhen in the Premier League next.
It's painful. It's painful.
due to the
Maybe
way.
United.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly. I was
Arsenal.
going to say United.
United are out. They are not
I
in.
was
They
going
are
to
not
say
in the
United.
race.
to get Osimhen, right?
Yes, they are not in the race. It's
But-
been reported already.
But
Now-
this is transfer. Anything can just
Anything can change. 37 appearances for Galatasaray this season. 41 goals contribution. This guy is a beast.
But
33 goals, 7 assists in his debut season for Galatasaray.
That's a good one. Good record. Even with the
United
drama,
should be road.
even with the drama that happened at Napoli before moving from Napoli. I mean,
This guy is a certified goal scorer.
mean,
he scores goals.
Chelsea
He
really
scores
missed out.
everywhere.
Chelsea really means out.
They can still go. They can still
All
go
right.
for him.
Okay. Reports coming from the Asian Champions League. Also, good one for the likes of Edouard Mendy, Roberto Firmino, all winning the Asia Champions League yesterday.
Good one for the likes of Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney just left Premier League. He won there. Ronaldo has been there.
I mean,
Ronaldo actually influenced.
Well, this table is for you alone. I don't know where you're trying
Okay,
to.
me too, I'm not there.
Okay, well,
Come on.
no, it's just no. I'm not actually shaking the table. I'm feeling for my goat. Ronaldo is my
Okay,
goat.
your goat.
Yeah.
Okay,
In my opinion, he's the greatest of all time. I can say it anywhere.
Okay, in
I'm
your
entitled to
opinion,
my
I
opinion.
love the fact
In your
that you-
Yeah, of
opinion,
course.
yeah, exactly.
It's debatable.
Very,
A lot of
very
people will say Messi is the best.
It's no more debate. It's no longer debatable.
What do you mean?
Messi won the World Cup.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
try out if you-
It's not about winning
It's
the
no
World
longer
Cup.
debatable.
No,
If you are using, do you want to start tonight?
we don't, no,
Pelé won 3 World Cups, so he's the greatest.
wait,
In
It's
that
not.
regard.
It's not just about World
it's not-
Cup.
So
not
why are
about
you using
World
World Cup as a just?
Overall,
I remember before Messi started winning silverware for his country. Ronaldo fans will always were like, okay, go win something for your country.
It's just.
Messi won the FIFA Under-20 World Cup with his team. He won the Olympic with his team. He won the World Cup, Senior World Cup with his team.
Two
Come
Copa
on.
America.
And who
Super
said?
Copa America.
And who says Ronaldo cannot win the World Cup?
Let him try. Yeah?
So
Let
it is
him try
not.
it.
So what I'm saying is, you see, in football banter,
No doubt, Ronaldo is a very good player.
it
Yeah.
is not. It
But
is the
behind
best.
Lionel Messi.
No,
But-
no,
but-
you cannot say
don't-
that.
don't
We
comment
can't.
for
We
this
can't.
like-
say-
In
Ronaldo is a
opinion.
very good goal
How can you tell
scorer.
me it's debatable?
Definitely.
He's a goal scorer.
How can you say it is not debatable? It
Okay.
is debatable.
Okay. Let me just ask you, trophy overhaul.
Who has more
Go on.
goals?
Listen.
So-
Who have trophy overhaul?
Messi.
Okay, who has goal